Marco. I'm a grateful citizen of the United States of America, and Donald Trump is my president. Today, we have Pastor Sam all the way from Mexico City, in the heart of Mexico City, actually. Hi,
That's
Pastor.
a fact. Hey, buddy, we're in the real Mexico now. Yeah, we're out in the barrio, so there's kids playing ball games, dogs running around in the street,
No
good
lo escucho,
food,
Pastor.
maybe a little bit of weed smoke. I don't approve of all that, but this is the real life. This is the reality. This is where people have lived, and their parents before them and their grandparents before
Mhm.
them. And we've got really big news out of Mexico. I was on the Drudge today, and there's nothing about this. But the huge news for today, as you know, Marco, is that President AMLO of Mexico, Lopez Obrador, has agreed to come to Washington and meet with Donald Trump. So we have finally got a crack in the dam of all of the massive propaganda that has poisoned the U.S. Mexico, U.S. Latin America, and even relationships with Latin Americans within the United States. It's all been poisoned by propaganda, and now there's cracks in the dam. It's beautiful to see.
So, when AMLO is it's due to be here in next month. How do you think Mexicans are gonna?
Yes, say the question again. How do I think Mexico?
How do you think Mexicans are gonna see that AMLO is coming here? Because last time when Donald Trump went there, he wasn't very welcome to them.
Okay, I watched a lot of news commentaries last night because it was on every channel. On every channel, everybody was just like, "Wow, what are we going to do about this? What are the dynamics?" And panels and back and forth discussions, and none of that got across the border. And so there's a propaganda blackout. Your excellent interview with Jasmine, two different Latinos that support President Trump, her from Nicaragua, and you as a Mexican American, that was banned in Mexico. You sent me the link. I had to use my VPN to even see it. And so this is the propaganda blackout. So just the fact that there are cracks in the dam is incredible. It is amazing, Marco. Now, here's what the Mexicans are saying. Some say Enrique Peña Nieto went to Washington in 2016, the former president, who's now being investigated. Chapo said that he paid him a $100 million bribe, and we know that he's under investigation by the World Court and perhaps by U.S. authorities. So what the commentator said about EPN, Peña Nieto, is he went to Washington in 2016, and that was the beginning of the decline of his popularity. And so that was one commentator came in and said, "Oh man, if AMLO goes and talks to Trump, this could be the end of him because the Mexican people won't stand for it. Like there's not a million people like you and me and all these business people that want their factories to reopen, that want industry to be better, that want the TMEC to start, which kicks off on the 1st of July. So after the kickoff of the TMEC, that's when AMLO will arrange his visit. He hasn't left the nation of Mexico. He's been in power since December the 1st. So what is that, 19 months? And he's not left Mexico one time. But here's the thing. AMLO kind of had some ideas that the Chinese double-crossed him on. He met with the Central American presidents. He was going to rebuild Central America. And I believe that was with Chinese money. But the Chinese left him out in the breeze. And so he couldn't perform, and that's when Trump came in and said, "Listen, we will help. We're going to get rid of all the criminal elements, everybody who's been stealing. Let's just
So he's getting he froze a little bit. He is in Mexico City, so I don't know. He was using his um, Mexico phone yesterday to deal with this. But basically, what he's talking about is that um, the president of Mexico is planning to be here in the United States next month, and this visit will solidify relationships between President Trump and the president of Mexico. They have been working together despite the ideology difference. AMLO, it's a um, uh, leftist uh, ideology president, and his policies in Mexico are of left, uh, from the left, and the president of the United States has been reaching out to him, and in ways that I think no other presidents have been reaching out to Mexico, where this president is going to come here, and they are going to talk about the border. Of course, they're going to talk about COVID-19, and they're going to be talking about um, the trade agreement, the USMC, um, the US, Canada, and Mexico agreement. Um, and That will be the theme of this visit. But like Pastor Sam was saying, that Mexico, the mainstream media in Mexico is going crazy, and Mexico's mainstream media um, is blocked to the United States and vice versa. Um, Actually, let me tell you how crazy this mainstream media is in Mexico and in the United States. So I got a call from Univision in Mexico City. Okay. So this guy calls me, he says, Marco, I'm looking for Latinos that support President Trump. And I want to interview you guys and see what you guys think about all this DACA and all this riots and all this statues being torn down and so on and so forth. And I was thinking, because he was Univision in Mexico, that it was going to be broadcast to Mexico. Well, today the article came out. I posted it. I shared with many of my friends. Let me see if I can find that. I can share it here for you guys. I send it to Pastor Sam, and he calls me back and says, I can watch this. I can't watch this here in Mexico. It's blocked. So you would think that Mexico would be interested in what Latinos in the United States think about Donald Trump. And let me remind you, this article is actually in Spanish. So this interview is actually in Spanish. You would think that this is exactly what Mexico would want to see, right? But no, they blocked it in Mexico. So anybody in Mexico that follows this link, the video is blocked to them. They will not hear me speak. They will not hear Jasmina speak. And this should tell you something. This should tell you how the mainstream media control goes in America, because they want to make sure that, for some reason, they want to make sure that the Mexican people do not see Hispanics, Latinos that support Trump. Um, this is crazy, because it so happens that yesterday, Martin, I don't know if you guys know him, but if you don't know Martin, you should follow him. Martin Bermudez, that's me right there, giving my 2 cents on Donald Latinos and Donald Trump. After a 2-hour interview that we did with Maria and Maria Todd from the True Channel in Miami, and myself and Martin, uh, and Pastor Sam was there too. We came, an idea came, and this was Martin's idea, to actually do videos and put them in Mexico, in Venezuela, and send these videos in Spanish saying, if you have any family, members, if you are from Mexico right now, you're listening to me. If you are from Venezuela, you're listening to me. If you are from El Salvador, you're listening to me. If you are from any of the 31 Latin American countries, and you have family in the United States of America, the time is now. You need to reach out to them. You need to get on the phone. You need to call them. You need to text them. You need to Facebook message them, whatever it is, the communication channel you use to talk to them, and tell them not to vote Democrat, and tell them to vote Republican, because this election is going to be the most, this election is going to be for the soul of America. If the Democrats win, guys, the United States as we know it, it's over. And you guys can see it on the street. You guys can see it on the message of this Marxist, that they are not hiding it. They are people that are trying to institute Marxism in this country. Let me see. I think Maria says she left us some comments. Let me see, Maria. Actually, if you want to comment, say hi, Maria. That would be awesome. I was just going to do this live very quick. It was going to be a 20-minute live because Nick says Latinos for Trump. That's a 100%. Democrats are the devil. Nothing can stop what's coming. I don't know what you mean by that, Brad. I hope you're saying it, because do you think Mexicans presidents for Trump? No, of course. Mexican, the president of Mexico is not for Trump. The president of Mexico, when he was a candidate Andres Manuel López Obrador, he came to campaign against Trump here in the United States. He was in LA, he was in Chicago, and a few other places. So López Obrador is really, he's coming here with the tail behind his legs. And he's coming here to pretty much say hi to, to Trump, and in a, in kind of like say, yes, sir. So, hey, Baru Williams, what's up? I'm going live. This is not our live. I wanted to do a live just between the pastor and me. You can't hear me? I can hear you. So again, if you have family, if you're listening to me and you are in Mexico, you are in Venezuela, Martin has got a new project that we're going to launch. We're going to make some videos about this. We need to infiltrate every nation out there and tell this family, anybody that has family in the United States, if you want to continue to get the money you get every month from your family members in the United States, if you want your conditions to get better in your country of origin, Donald Trump is the president that your family members have to vote for here.
100%, my friend.
Or
Can you
you're
hear
going to
me?
lose you're going to lose your little safe haven,
Can you hear
right?
me, Marcus?
I can hear you now, William. What do you think, William?
Okay. Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. This country is of 100% opportunities, and it depends on us. I never think the idea to come to this country to live in a shitty place. I'm coming to live in and have a better life. And remember, depend of us. What Marco said is true. Depend of us. Not only make better place to live this country, the people that live in our countries will have better life. And all depend if we continue supporting this president, President Donald Trump. The last 3 years, baby, was the best years for decades for Latino, for Afro American. What? Why are you gonna vote for other people, other person? If you want to
Well, what I
vote
was
for Joe Biden, you are a little crazy because it's no opportunity there. Oh, I want to say something, Marcus. I'm not sure this is conspiracy. Call it like that. If you vote for Joe Biden, it's like a voting for the vice president to be a president in future. Because I'm not sure if Joe Biden will conclude 4 years, and maybe the idea is to put or in support a vice president that can take his position in future. It's possible. Everything is possible in politics.
more than likely that's what's going on because we have a candidate that is not all there. I mean, he is just not coherent. Uh, he keeps talking in a way that should scare the hell out of everybody. You know, if I'm the president, everything I'm saying is being recorded, and I should know that. And every statistic I throw out there, I think today he just said that 120 million people die because of COVID-19. There's only 300 and something million people here.
I know. Well,
That's a problem.
I believe what they are doing with Joe Biden is try to cover the real problem. It's not only today. We are talking a guy that was talking about busing, children for school since 1972. He's racist in a lot of comments 40 years ago. Now he's trying to fix everything. Remember the comment that he said, "I know how to fix the country." Why he didn't tell nothing to Obama? He knows what to do. Why he still don't do nothing in 40, 50 years in the government since 1972? So not only that, I know for sure that they are going to try to choose a VP that is a woman for sure, that had to be possibly Afro-American, because that's the only way that they can get more votes. And for sure, I can tell you, for me, he is starting a big dementia problem, and a lot of people don't want to see it. That is real, guys. You can see the videos every day when he speaks on front of camera. Is a completely mess. So I don't know where he live. He live in the moon or Jupiter. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I always have this saying, and I say that nobody should go back to the White House once they were already in service. We have so many people that can be the president. Why are we recycling a
Yeah.
somebody who already spent all the time? You know, he already had his experience. It's time to let new people, and this time it's time to let Trump have his opportunity to have 2 terms. Just the fact that they're trying to put a recycled vice president, it's a problem, don't you think? I mean, they had enough candidates out there. They had Tulsi Gabbard, they had Beto, they had Julian Castro, they had all these people. Why this use recycle, you know,
Well,
person
you
at
need
the
to
end of his
figure out.
natural life?
Well, but you need to figure out what happened. What happened here? The mafia of Democrats are almost the same age. Remember, we have Pelosi, that she's the leader. She said what's gonna happen on her party. We have Schumer, almost the same age. We have Joe Biden. We have Sanders. You know, Sanders is moving 50% of Democrat Party. Now they need another 50 in order to try to win this election, because that's the only situation that they have. The new blood like AOC, Omar, are socialists, and they know that right now, you know, they want to continue with the power there, and at least for 10 more years had to be older people. They are not going to allow AOC, Elmar, and another younger people get to those steps. Never VP. At least Nancy disappeared from the Democrat Party. I'm not saying nothing else, just disappear or move out from the Democrat Party. Will be a new blood, people. You see what happened with Beto. He's down right now. I don't know if he's hiding or he's dead already because he disappeared. You see what happened with Sanders right now. I told everybody he sell again his nomination. You know, it's very obvious. They don't want to allow the next 5, 10 years other people, especially younger people on Democrat Party, because they are not agree with them 100%. But they need the votes.
Williams, it's time for you. It's time for your show. Let's end up this one, and then we'll come back on yours, or unless you want to continue on this one, and I just invite.
But we are gonna change from English to Spanish.
Yeah, no, we're not changing from English to Spanish. Guys, thank you so much for. Please follow Pastor Sam on Twitter at Gunslingers. Let me see, what is his gun?
Yeah, and just give me 1 second for the people that is watching us and speak Spanish. Next hour, 5 p.m. we are going to start Blanco y Negro, the show with Jasmina Saavedra. Marco will be with us, and we are going to talk in Spanish for Latino community. All the things that are happening in this week. Coronavirus again is coming, the second wave. That's incredible, all the things that happen. So just stay in tune, and we are going to see you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. I'll post his Twitter account for Pastor Sam.
Oh, yeah.
He's in Mexico. He's giving us real news from Mexico, because something that I didn't tell you, Williams, the interview that Jasmina and I did for Univision was blocked in Mexico. So that's something we need to start seeing, that for some reason they don't want Mexicans to see that there's Latinos that support Trump here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's another attempt to stop this movement.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back.
Trump 2020.